The air in Kyoto is filled with the scent of sakura, the cherry blossoms that have watched over the city for centuries. But today, they bear witness to something entirely new. From the historic temples and shrines to the bustling marketplaces, a vibrant energy pulses. It's the dawn of the Kimonopunk era.
In the sleepy lanes of a quaint English town, where life ambles along to the gentle rhythms of tradition, Jett Marlowe emerges like a vibrant streak of color against a monochrome backdrop, with her hair a riot of vivid shades, and her body adorned in avant-garde kimonos that swirl with punk-inspired motifs and traditional elegance. Jett stands as a living testament to the spirit of rebellion that pulses through her veins. Her music, a stormy blend of punk's raw edge and the haunting beauty of Japanese melodies, echoes through the narrow streets, a loud and clear signal to those who dare to dream beyond the confines of convention. In a town where the annual Harvest Festival marks the passage of time, Jett's presence is an anomaly, an island of individuality in a sea of sameness. Raised in the warmth of a family bakery, amidst the scent of freshly baked bread and the comfort of age-old recipes, Jett's spirit craved more than the simple pleasures of small-town life. Her parents, keepers of tradition, watched with a mix of awe and apprehension as their daughter charted a course they could scarcely understand. Yet it was in the solitude of her attic sanctuary, surrounded by punk rock memorabilia and the soft ticking of mechanical watches, that Jett found her true calling. Her passion for vintage timepieces, intricate symbols of a bygone era, offered a stark contrast to the chaos of her musical world. Each watch, with its delicate gears and springs, told a story of times past, of moments frozen in metal and glass, a quiet reflection of Jett's own journey through the landscapes of sound and silence. One night, in the dimly lit ambience of a local pub, a venue more accustomed to quiet evenings and the clinking of pint glasses, the atmosphere was transformed, charged with an electric current of anticipation. Whispers swirled like autumn leaves in a storm, each breath, each word fueling the fire of expectation that tonight, just maybe, the clash would grace this humble stage. It was a rumor, a jest spun out of the ether by one of Jett's friends, that had taken root and bloomed into a passionate hope among the townsfolk. Jett Marlowe, standing just beyond the reach of the pub's flickering lights, felt the weight of the moment settle upon her shoulders. Her heart raced, a drumbeat off-beat with the buzzing crowd. Her hands trembled ever so slightly as they gripped her guitar, a stark contrast to the normally unshakable presence she exuded. She stepped into the light, her vibrant hair and punk kimono a stark banner of her defiance and individuality. The applause that met her was a mixture of genuine enthusiasm and confused expectation, a cacophony that filled the air with a tangible energy.
Wow, that pub gig was like being in the center of a bloody hurricane, I'm telling you.
Jett animatedly recounts, her punk essence undiluted, vibrant as ever.
Knew about that silly rumour, didn't I? Thought it was all a bit of a laugh at first, but stepping up on that stage, feeling the buzz, that crackle in the air, it hit me like a freight train. This wasn't just another gig. This was a real test of metal, a trial by fire for me and my music. Could I stand there in the eye of that storm and win over a crowd waiting for legends?
With a defiant tilt of her head, she continues,
So, there I was, strumming those first chords and every note trembling with the raw essence of who I am. The room went silent, dead silent. You could have heard a bloody pin drop. But then, the heckles started, harsh and biting. The crowd was piecing it together, realising that the Clash, their punk rock legends, were just a myth that night. My heart plummeted, felt like I was standing on the edge of a cliff, my confidence about to tumble into the abyss. But mates, in that darkest moment, I found something inside me, something fierce and fiery. A defiance, a burning resolve I never knew I possessed.
And then came the shift, as if the very air in the room changed, halfway through her set, as doubts began to cloud her mind and the lyrics threatened to slip away. A transformation occurred. The support of her true fans, Those who saw her for who she was, not who they expected her to be, became a lifeline. Jett leans in, her eyes alight with the spirit of rebellion.
It was mental, wasn't it? There I was, thinking the gig was going south faster than a penguin with a jetpack, and then something flipped.
Jett recalls, her tone infused with that punk rock defiance.
The crowd, they started cheering, clapping, stomping their bloody feet on the old pub floor. It was like they were shouting, "Jett, we see you, love. We bloody hear you. And you're smashing it more than enough." Overwhelming, that's what it was. And there, in that mad moment, I found my voice again, not just to stumble through to the end, but to belt it out with every bit of passion and raw emotion I had in me. Not just the voice to sing my songs, but the voice to shout back at the world. It was about proving to myself, to everyone, that I had what it takes. That I wasn't just some wannabe punk rocking in her dad's garage. I was Jett bloody Marlowe, and I was there to leave a mark. That night I connected, truly connected. I bared my bloody soul, laid it all out there.
Her laughter, sharp and confident, echoes the resilience and audacious spirit that punk rock embodies. She leans in again, a smirk playing on her lips, the memory clearly a turning point.
So, the night wasn't what I'd dreamed up, not by a long shot. But you know what? It was something more, taught me a hell of a lot more. About bouncing back, about the real power of connecting with your audience, about what it truly means to be an artist. It's about those moments when you reach someone, when your music, your words touch something in them. That's the real triumph in it.
Jett's eyes gleam with the fire of someone who's not only lived through the battle, but has come out swinging.
I mean, I even wrote a song about it, one I'm pretty proud of, to be honest.
Her laughter, edged with a hint of triumph, fills the space, a testament to her journey, her resilience, and the indomitable spirit of punk rock that refuses to be silenced.
I call the song Lost Lyrics in a Pub. I think you're going to like it too, so with that said, here it is. Enjoy.
Jett's recounting of that defining evening in the pub captures the essence of her journey. It was not merely a performance, but a declaration of her identity, a moment when the expectations of the world crashed against the shores of her reality, only to find that her spirit, like the sea, was far too vast to be contained.
I am telling you, when that invite for Kimonopunk Rising hit my doorstep, I was gobsmacked, proper confused.
Jett begins, her punk attitude shining through with every word.
Kimonopunk. Sounds like someone mashed up my playlist and threw in a bit of Japanese flair, doesn't it? I was there scratching my head, wondering how in the world these folks even got my name. Was half convinced it was a wind-up by my mates, but no, it was the real deal. And me. I'm just this punk rocker from a sleepy English town, not exactly headline news. The whole thing felt like a puzzle wrapped in a riddle, and I was bloody intrigued.
Holding the invitation, a smile breaks across Jett's face, her initial confusion giving way to a spark of excitement.
But then, I checked out the clip they sent over. This mad montage of kimonos and guitars, punks and tradition all crashing together in the heart of Kyoto. It was wild, like nothing I'd ever seen. The energy, the sheer audacity of it all, it was like a jolt straight to the heart. Watching those scenes unfold, I felt this pull, like it was something I was always meant to be a part of.
Leaning in, her enthusiasm palpable, Jett's voice grows animated.
There was this moment watching that clip where everything just clicked. It wasn't just about the music or the fashion. It was about rebellion, about making your mark, about standing up and shouting your truth for the whole world to hear. And there it was, my music, my style, reflected in this wild, wonderful movement halfway across the world. I was stunned, completely bowled over. As I sat there holding that invite, I felt this wild surge like electricity zapping through me. Kimonopunk, I whispered, and it wasn't just a word, it was a lifeline, a shout from across the seas saying, "Jett, you belong here with us."
Yet, this was no ordinary homecoming. It was a challenge, a thrilling summons to compete in the very first Kimonopunk Rising Song Contest. Among the select few chosen, Jett felt a surge of honor and pride wash over her, a recognition that elevated her from the confines of her small town to the global stage. And it wasn't just about the performance itself. It was about contributing to the soundtrack of a cultural revolution. The weight of the opportunity made her heart race with excitement. Jett was eager to throw herself into creating, to forge the songs that would echo the essence of Kimonopunk's rise. For her, this was a chance to meld her music with a movement, to be an integral part of shaping its voice.
This is it,
she thought.
The moment to craft something legendary, to leave a mark with every note I play.
With a defiant grin, she leans in, her energy infectious.
So I'm diving in head first, aren't I? I'm ready to take that stage by storm. Fate's thrown down the gauntlet and I'm grabbing it with both hands. Watch out, because I'm coming and I'm going to set that city alight. It's my time and I'm bloody ready for it.
With that fire in her belly, Jett threw herself into the fray, her creative engines firing on all cylinders. It was like her guitar had a mind of its own, each strum screaming with the spirit of Kimonopunk, this wild, beautiful clash of rebellion and tradition.
Mate, it was like tapping into the main line of the universe or something. Every note I played, every word I scribbled down, it was all Kimonopunk through and through. Suddenly, everything about me, my music, my wild kimonos, it all clicked into place, like I'd been wandering around in the dark and someone just flipped the switch on.
Jett animatedly explains, her hands moving as if strumming an invisible guitar.
I was buzzing, properly charged up. My music took on a life of its own, each song a piece of my soul ready to be unleashed on Kyoto. It was exhilarating, knowing I was crafting the anthems of a movement, my voice ready to echo through the streets of a city I'd never set foot in.
She continues, her excitement palpable, a stark reminder of the power music has to bridge worlds. Leaning back, a thoughtful look crosses Jett's face.
Got a whole arsenal of tunes lined up, each one ready to set the stage on fire. But choosing the anthem to define my Kimonopunk debut, that's the real kicker. Still, there's this one track. It's raw, it's real, it's me. Got this punch that I reckon captures the whole Kimonopunk vibe. What do you think? Here it is. Here is the banger. Hope you bloody enjoy.
In the lanes of an English town where dreams whisper low, I found my voice amid the silence, ready to blow, clad in kimonos, with a punk rock soul and the melody of rebellion, a story untold. With every thread and every note I'll break away from the chains of the ordinary. I'll make my play in a world that's black and white. I choose to scream in color. Kimonopunk's rising, hear the call. One and all uncover. Kimonopunk's rising. From the ashes we soar, breaking barriers, smashing ceilings, open doors. From the cobblestones to Kyoto, hear my cry with a melody of change under one sky. Under a judgmental eye, but my spirit's fire they could never deny. From the watches ticking backwards to clash of the strings, I'm a fusion of worlds, a phoenix with wings. In the echoes of the alley, where my dreams collide, I found my anthem. In the shadows I confide, rising from the whispers into a battle cry. Kimonopunk's the revolution, we aim high. Kimonopunk's the revolution, we aim high. Kimonopunk's the revolution, we aim high. Kimonopunk's
With a mischievous twinkle in her eye, and with a defiant smirk, she stands up, guitar in hand.
Next time you hear from me, I'll be stomping the bloody Kimonopunk streets of Kyoto. Hope I'll see you there, in the thick of it, where the magic happens. It's going to be one for the books. Trust me.
And with that, Jett Marlowe is off, a whirlwind of punk spirit and boundless energy, ready to make her mark on the world stage. The streets of Kyoto won't know what hit them.
Beneath the sakura, where whispers tell, we're casting our spell, in rebellion we dwell. Kyoto's calm needs punk's fierce blaze. In the dance of the outcasts, our spirits race. Through the ancient streets, our drums beat loud. Against the silence, our defiance proud. Kimono edges frame and fight. Punk spirit ignites the night. Unite. Kimonopunks rising from the ashes we soar. With every shout, we're knocking at tradition's door. It's revolution, our colors unfurl. In the heart of Kyoto, a new world.
We are the Story Brothers, and we thank you so much for listening. We very much appreciate you. Our journey is all about exploring what we can do with storytelling and AI. With an abundance of stories, ideas, and topics to explore, the big question is, how far can we take them with generative AI by our side? Please share if you like what you hear. Stay tuned for more excitement and adventure coming your way very soon. Cheers!